So wall mounting a TV frees up the bottom area where your entertainment cabinet might be. If you've got other things plugged in down the bottom, we can kind of hide cables and put the TV on the wall where it's going to look a bit neater, obviously a bit safer for kids and things like that as well, and complements other things that you might have hanging on your wall, so pictures and things like that. There's a variety of mounts out there. We've got ones that are full motion, so we can tilt them left and right. We've got just tilt brackets that will tilt the TV down a bit. So if we've got one going up quite high, you might want to put a little bit of a tilt on there to angle it to where your viewing area would be. And then we've got slimline brackets where we just kind of mount them as flush as we can to the wall, so it's a nice, neat look. Yeah, we can certainly mount soundbars. So soundbars, again, we generally hide the cable for the soundbar between the TV and where the soundbar's mounted. So it's a nice clean look as well. So we can certainly accommodate soundbars. Key steps in the process of mounting a TV. So obviously there's different size TVs that we're mounting. We've kind of got to consider what height we're putting the TV. So if we're sitting very close to the TV or further away can influence the height. The centering of the TV to the room. We've just got to take some measurements and work out what type of wall we're mounting it on and how we're going to go about it. Concealing or hiding the cables, always a good thing if we can do it. So if we've got a cavity in the wall, obviously we'll try and hide all the HDMI cables and antenna cables, power cables, things like that, where we're not going to see the cables coming from the back of the TV down to those units. So it's always a nice clean look to get those cables in the wall cavity and have them coming out down the bottom for your gaming stations, DVD players and the like. Yeah, larger TVs are certainly safe to mount. Obviously we use heavy duty brackets to suit. We've got to make sure that what we're anchoring the bracket to is a solid mount. So we try and mount just timber studs. Sometimes there's steel studs we have in walls that we've got to attach to. But certainly safe to mount bigger TVs if it's done correctly. Mounting your TV yourself, if you've got a bit of a handyman background and you've got the tools and you think you're confident in doing so, you could do it yourself. Sometimes it's better just to call the professionals in. After you consider the cost of buying the tools, stud finders, tape measures, tools to actually screw the brackets up and measuring it and getting it right, sometimes you're just better off bringing in the right guys to do the job. When mounting TVs with gyms, you're assured that we're going to do the job properly. We've all experienced in mounting TVs. We can give you the right advice, and we're all insured. So if something was to go wrong, obviously you're not going to be out of pocket when with an expensive TV if something does go wrong. In saying that, we've got plenty of experience. Our guys have been mounting TVs for a long time, and we can certainly walk through the process prior to even handling the job. Customers love using us gyms guys for their TV wall mounting requirements because we're professionals in what we do. We've been taught how to do the job properly, and we make sure the customer's happy at the end of it. We walk through the job before we attempt any of our work and make sure the customer's on board with what we're going to do. And at the end of the day, when the TV's on the wall and it looks great, that they're happy with the result. Customers love us